Welcome to everybody. We have our prelude, Cesar playing. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I'm Carol Johnson, and I'll be today's service associate for this growing, journeying community. Janice Kimball will be presenting our message this afternoon. We welcome all of you to our service, especially those of you who are searching for a spiritual home. May you find solace, understanding, and connection in our shared journey. Before we begin, I invite you to please take a moment to put your phones in worship mode. If you are new and would like to receive our newsletter and other emails, please talk to a member of our welcome team or write to us at LCUUF.org. Would the members of the welcome team please stand up? They're all over the place. I want to take a moment to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who's visiting us. Whether you're visiting us for the first time or have returned or reconnected after a long absence. As we pass the microphone, we invite you to say your name and tell us where you're from. If you're on Zoom, please introduce yourself in the chat box, and that'll be read aloud in the fellowship. Let's start with the people in the room. Any new people who would like to introduce themselves? Oh, nope, okay.
Carol Frisky. I've lived here approximately 20 years.
Wow, welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hello, I'm Bob Kraft. I've introduced myself once before, but I know memories don't stick, at least for me.
Indeed.
So I'm introducing myself again. I've lived here for 16 years, lived 40 years in Chicago, complicated story. I'm a therapist, and I'm in my own current crisis, so I need community.
Oh dear. Well, we're glad you're here. Do we have any visitors on Zoom this afternoon, Kate?
Wait. There's...
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Hello, this is Miguel, first timer here. Happy to be here.
Great, welcome.
¿Eres de aquí? ¿De dónde eres?
Aguascalientes.
Aguascalientes, okay. Muy bien. Anybody else? Oh.
Good morning. My name is Barbara Hilt. I'm from Massachusetts, but I lived here almost 16 years. Thank you.
Welcome. Glad you're here. All right, now we'll ask Kate if there's anyone on Zoom who is new.
No, we have no visitors,
On Zoom.
unusual visitors here today on Zoom.
Okay, very good. Well, we welcome all our visitors. Here at LCUUF, we offer a wide variety of services on various topics presented by our members, outside guests, as well as our minister, Reverend Matt Alsbaugh. We hope you'll return to sample this variety of thought and belief. And now we will light our chalice. We light this chalice, symbol of clarity and vision, to remind us that seeing is more than looking. It is noticing what is hidden, honoring what is overlooked, and awakening to beauty in all its forms. May this flame open our eyes, our hearts, and our spirits so that we may perceive not only the world before us, but also the light within and between us. And now that we've lit our chalice, let us sing these words together.
For the life that we share.
Each week, we come together to empathize and celebrate with and care for one another in our community. Love is not only the center of that UU values, it is also the opening that invites us to briefly share our personal joys, sorrows, and our milestones. There is power in the sharing, and we hold each other in community. Just a sentence or two is enough. We'll start with the folks in the room to give those on Zoom a chance to type joys and sorrows into the chat box to be read aloud. Excuse me. And as the mic is passed, please share your sorrows, whatever you may be holding that's in need of our healing and caring thoughts, and or your joys, whatever you might be celebrating, whatever evokes within you a feeling of joy, peace, and gladness. Are there any joys and sorrows in the room? And here we go.
Hello, I'm Johannes Bjorner. I have a multiple joy. Susanna and I just came back from 2 weeks in Cincinnati, and it's wonderful to be home. And when we heard about what was going to be presented this week, it was an extra joy. And also, I met my very good friend, Mark, who's sitting out there. Last time we saw each other was in Copenhagen, so nice to see him here.
Wow. Hello, Mark, out there.
Any other? Any other?
So I'm Devora, and I believe that we should each be celebrated for our trip around the sun. So happy birthday, Carol.
I tried to keep that on the down low, but I didn't escape
Happy
this year.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everyone. That's a lovely surprise. We are old enough now that I've been for the last year I've been saying when people ask how old I am, I say I'm trombones. This year, 76. This year I say I'm Sunset Strip.
What am I going to be? I'm Flo, and I've been away. I had some downtime for a few weeks, so I haven't been here, and I'm so glad to be back.
Excellent.
Gracias.
I'm Richard, and I have one deep sorrow, which is this morning I forgot to wish my wife happy birthday. And on another subject, I've started another YouTube series based on some other 1,000-year-old Sanskrit text on discrimination between the real and the unreal.
Oh, tune in.
Any more joys and sorrows?
My name is Jan, and I've had my kitten for about 2 weeks. No, 2 months, sorry. And today, for the first time, he sat in my lap. I was so pleased.
So it's Devora again, and I can't believe I forgot this the first time around. So we've been very fortunate to have Colleen here for the month of August, and she's flying home today. But she'll be back in January. She's assured us she'll come back in the winter.
Hi, it's Paula. I just want to say that Lorna is back at the penthouse. She's no longer in the nursing home, so that's a joy.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Joys and sorrows on Zoom.
Not this morning. Nope.
No one's joyful there. We're all here and joyful. We got another candle coming up. And this candle from our care team, we light to represent the joys and sorrows spoken and witnessed today, as well as those we hold in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Let us share a moment of silence. As you know, the work of our fellowship within these walls and beyond takes our time, treasure, and talent. The offering we take each Sunday is an opportunity to recommit to this place and to these people. It is as much a ritual as the lighting of our chalice. It's a reminder that this form of love we call generosity. It's how we show that we believe it's important to worship together, to help our community, and to say yes to the values of our faith. As we pass the baskets, if you are new here, please, or if you're struggling to hold things together, please let the basket pass you by. Your presence is more than enough and is a gift to us. Please know that we give money collected, all the money we collect at the service, to an organization providing services to our lakeside community. For the month of August, we'll be donating the basket to Asociación Pro Mexico. The description of this organization is on the monitor. We take to heart these words by Kristen Collins. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. May this offering sustain and grow the life and work of this congregation. May we give in love and in hope for a better world. Our opening hymn is new for us, called We Sing of Golden Mornings, from a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Cesar will play it through once because it's new to us, and then we'll start singing. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing. All right, and now we will hear from Janice Kimball. It's working? It's not on. Yeah, and I'll push you if you want. Here we go. Push and push and.
Hello, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here and to be in this wonderful Mexico with these joyful people, good-hearted, hardworking, and I give a pleasure to talk to you today about the art of seeing. Sight is perhaps the most precious of the senses, whether it's looking at the sky, the parking meter, or a lover's face. To see perceptively, one must go beyond merely looking or the act of observation. Artists take satisfaction from creating a thought or insight that will last through a period of time and not be forgotten overnight. They seek to capture truths, feelings, and make discoveries through perceiving what is beyond the obvious, beyond what the naked eye can see. Actively seeing is a selective process where your mind directs your eye's focal abilities, discerns specific areas and patterns, observes, investigates, and enjoys. Anyone with eyesight can improve their seeing skills, but it's a sense that needs to be nurtured, as a sapling is nurtured before it can take root. To actively see is at the top of the backpack of skills needed to produce a work of art. It is the sense that above all others an artist could not create without. My personal belief is that there is an artist inherent in each one of us, that this part of us is waiting for the opportunity and the right sequence of events to blossom. When looked at as if we were all potential artists, one may have heightened awareness of their own creativity. With this knowledge, you observe differently. One may feel high for becoming more aware of life itself. It is easy to forget the wonder life has to offer. You may identify yourself as an artist or not. The quality of what we perceive ourselves to be and its expression, however, indeed does matter. Become more aware of the benefits of perceiving what we see with more nuance and greater richness through the art of perceptive seeing. Another dimension is added to our lives and becomes part of who we are. Perceptive seeing is not only an act that comes automatically, but one that needs to be developed over time. How can I learn to do that, you might ask? Well, here's one way. Visualize going on a field trip with me. One like I used to take my university students on when I taught visual arts in Chicago and Detroit. In Chicago, we walked around downtown. In Detroit, we walked around the Wayne State campus. What are we here to do? The students asked, thinking I was remiss by not giving them prepared instructions. It was on those outings that I taught my students their most important lesson, learning to see perceptively. I liked my downtown Chicago trips the best. I kept my Columbia College students together so we could share the same sights, but they each saw something different. What do you see? I would ask. And they replied with a variety of answers. A sale sign, doves, shoppers, cars, etc. In other words, what they expected to see instead of all that was actually there. Oh, how I love to give lectures. But there is more to see, much more, I would begin. Do you see the reflections in the store windows? The reflections within the reflections and how they change when the sun goes beyond the clouds. Do you see the shadows that are cast on one building to another and the deeper shadows within the shadow and the shadows of those who walk by you? And that they can vary from hour to hour, even moment to moment, depending on the quality of light interface with light blocked by the movement of the traffic. And do you see your eyes track the cars as you look at them so that you do not see what goes by is a blur, and that blur is time encapsulated, and that indeed everything you see as matter contains energy. An often overlooked facet of perceptive seeing is the effect of negative space. Here's a simple example. Visualize cutting out a paper doll from a piece of paper. Remove the doll and place it next to the space left by the absence of the doll. The doll forms a positive, memorable space. Your conscious mind will ignore the negative space from which it was cut. However, before our intellects make dead judgments about the spaces within identity, our emotions have already responded to both shapes. This optical illusion is a common depiction of negative space. Negative space is equal importance to positive space in terms of emotional reaction. Whether these spaces are awkward, boring, violent, erotic, or evoke passion, they will affect how one perceives what is there before them. Here is a mind-expanding exercise. Look at the photos of the sky in different light conditions. Notice the energy of a sunlit sky, the mood behind a dull day. Observe the quality and sources of light, their directions, moods, and intensities. Once mastered, this contemplation can enable us to leave the real world and, if just for a moment, to step into a visual world of your own making. Once mastered, this contemplation can enable an artist to leave the real world, if just for a moment, to step into a visual world of their own making. And here is yet another concept in seeing perceptively. It is your memory and feelings plus all of your senses to experience yet another dimension of perceptive seeing. Please visualize this scene with me. The photo captures it somewhat. A nearby palm casts its shadows on the sand and across the woman. In the breeze, its lacy fronds dance among the flowers on her dress. Her hair is a menage of hues broken up by the cast shadows. Shadows, backlit from the sun, become iridescent. Nuances, a tilt of the head, the rising and falling of her breast. The beat of her heart makes her become more alive than alive. At first, the clouds seem to stay in place, placid, immovable. But the moving sun leaves an imprint of the clouds on the lake below and then takes it away as if it has evaporated. The vanishing point between the water and the sky has evolved from one distinct separation of tone and color intensity to one where they meet and blend. From the water's landline to the horizon in the distance is not a consistent blue as usually perceived, but a gradation of pure prisms of color at the water's edge to a hazy violet or pink, altered by the veil of impurities in the atmosphere. It should not be difficult for any of us to understand that the woman before this idyllic scene might perceive the figure to be herself, perhaps her young self, and surely with memories attached. Learning to see perceptively can be speeded up by studying works that exemplify how artists see. Consider this painting by Antonio Lopez Vega, one of the many fine artists here who were nurtured through the LCS Children's Art Program. Notice the scene backlit by an enormous sun, capturing its energy on canvas, the translucidity and stillness of volcanic Lake Chapala mirroring the mountains, the order and peace of the still boats forming a setting for birds in flight, and the beauty and strength of their wings dominating even the earth's elements. What Antonio perceived from a scene familiar to all of us here at Lakeside is an example of seeing beyond the obvious, of mentally expanding what we see into another dimension. To perceive all that one sees is a sense that can be developed. Like learning to swim, it requires immersion. And like paddling canoe, it does take practice. I could write on and on about a similar moment in time and still not describe the scene because of what my eyes perceive. Three-dimensional energy is transmission, is an interpretation of the real thing. We can create the water's image, the feelings it stirs in us, and make interpretations in endless ways, but we cannot duplicate it exactly. The mystery of sight is still being untangled. Yet learning to see with all your available senses is a pursuit whose richness of experiences surpasses almost all other activities in this life. The art of seeing is an active pursuit of the hidden, the non-obvious, the magical, the glorious, and sometimes the obscene truths that others with less perceptive seeing do not even take note. Learning to see can become your best ally, your closest friend, and a gift to yourself that will change your life forever, and it is free. My hopes are that those of you who have never experienced seeing, give it a serious try. To those who already have this skill, continue. And those whose calendars have not had the room to act as a reminder to get back on track. It's been my pleasure to talk to you today. My cup runneth over. Thank you.
Okay, right now, let's enter into a time of meditation on what Janice has just taught us. I invite you to go over there. Okay. I invite you to sit comfortably. Let your eyes soften, and if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Notice the play of light, even behind your closed lids. Colors, shadows, brightness, darkness, all shifting quietly. Now take a slow breath in and out. With each breath, allow yourself to see not only with your eyes, but with your awareness. What do you notice in this moment? The stillness, the sound of your breath, the presence of others here beside you. Let your seeing expand beyond the obvious, beyond surfaces, toward the deeper presence that shines beneath all forms. Rest there in that quiet seeing for a few breaths. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and notice the room again, perhaps seeing with fresh eyes, as if for the first time. Our closing hymn today is Let It Be a Dance. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing. All right, let us extinguish our chalice now with these words, which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world. Our postlude is a, I'm sorry, I'm ad-libbing here. Our postlude is Here Comes the Sun, and it's a musical version of it. All right, that concludes our service. Our worship is over, and our service begins. Go in peace and with a purpose.